which, even if their replacements are decent, it's really hard to replace guys of that caliber. Sometimes the Jimmies and the Joes matter more than the X's and O's, but I think that coaching matters too much in the NFL, especially in late close games. For the Vikings, we just don't know what we're going to get with J.J. McCarthy. I just don't believe he'll match that 35 touchdown season we saw a year ago from Sam Darnold.
Ford, pressured from behind, keeps his eyes downfield and has a wide open man for the touchdown.
And considering he hasn't played a meaningful football game in over a year and a half, I could see this team starting slow offensively despite their talent. Of the top 3 teams in the NFC North, the team with the most continuity is the Green Bay Packers. Continuity matters, and when it comes to drafting and developing their own homegrown talent, the Packers do it better than anybody. They got the same pieces on this young roster having another year of development under their belts, as well as the same head coach and coordinators. I'm a firm believer in Matt LaFleur, especially after what he did last year. Also, this team started rough in the division last year and finished 1-5. I think they're going to bounce back and do better in division and just better overall, and I think they will just slightly beat out the Lions in the division. It'll be fun to see how they incorporate their first-round receiver, Matthew Golden, into the mix. Also, I have written and recorded this entire video before the Micah Parsons trade, so now this doesn't feel like as bold of a prediction. But anyways, over in the AFC West, which may be the most stacked division in terms of head coaches ever, I see
the gloves are off now, boy. Temporal fist.
Both have excellent coaching staffs that give reasons to believe in them. But when you play in such a stacked division with the team nobody in the AFC can seem to slow down in the Chiefs, something's going to go wrong for somebody.
You got to beat a champion, and we weren't able to do it. So obviously, gut wrenching. Any questions?
I could use the argument that I used against the Commanders for the Broncos. After all, Bo Nix was a rookie last season, and he surprised many. But here's the thing. I believe the Broncos roster is way better than the Commanders roster. The Broncos defense is absolutely stacked. Last year they were the number 3 scoring defense, and this year they bring back a lot of their key pieces, as well as bringing in the additions of Greenlaw and Hufanga to the mix. Honestly, this gives me shades of the 2015 Broncos' dominant defense. For the Chargers, surprisingly, they had the number 1 defense in the league a year ago. And Justin Herbert threw just 3 interceptions last regular season. But after Rashawn Slater's injury news, I think this offense will struggle more than expected.
Let's deep fry
I also
this
think
egg
that
roll
Justin Herbert
already.
is a little overrated, considering
it
that
seems that the time has finally come for me to face Saxon
directly. He's
directly.
always ranked ahead of Patrick Mahomes in the
Master,
quarterback rankings.
let me
He
face
hasn't won a
him.
playoff
Teach
game,
me how
and
to
in his
defeat
one
him
playoff
with the
game last year,
temporal
he threw
fist.
4 interceptions.
I cannot.
So ultimately, of these 2 teams,
Ancient
I see the
Chinese
Chargers as the one
secret,
who will miss the playoffs.
I must face
Now,
Saxon.
if so far my takes have seemed reasonable, I'm sure I'll lose you on this one.
Master,
the team that no one thinks
Saxon
is
is
gonna be
more
good,
my
but I think will
enemy
make
than
the
yours.
playoffs, is the
He took
Jacksonville
away my
Jaguars.
business, my swank life in
With a
Paradiso,
rebuilt front
everything
office
I
and coaching
built to
staff,
beat back
the
the
Jags have some
drudgery
fresh
of
blood in the
decades of
building.
DNA
Although this does go
gathering.
against my continuity
I
argument
want
with the Packers I made
revenge.
earlier,
I
do
need
think you replace a
revenge.
bad staff with a much better
Confucius
staff.
said,
Things
before
can change
setting out
quickly.
for
We saw it with the
revenge,
Texans in
one must
2023
dig
and the
2
Commanders last
graves.
season. New head coach Liam
Confucius
Cohen
was full of
proved
crap.
last year he could
You
elevate
have no
Baker
right
Mayfield
to take
new
this
heights,
away from
as the
me.
Bucs possessed a top 5 offense in
Very
terms
well.
of yards and points.
I will tell you how to
Although
draw
I
him
do
out.
admit this clip was a tough start
You will
to his
hold a
tenure.
martial arts
what this is
tournament. Saxon's vanity will compel him to attend.
Only Saxon calls the tournaments. How will I get Kung Fu masters to show up?
Now,
By
so far, Trevor
exploiting his
Lawrence's
henchman's
career has been a
ambitions.
disappointment.
Convince
But with the addition
Roro
of
that
Travis
he will
Hunter
gain
alongside
power
another
with
year of
Saxon's
Brian Thomas
defeat.
Jr., I think this offense can be really explosive and
I
surprise many
see.
people. Ultimately, if they can get to
And
5-5, their last 7 games are really favorable, and I think that they could win 9 to 10 games and sneak into the wild card. Another team I probably shouldn't believe in, but I do,
If you ain't ready to bang, bro, get the off the field, bro.
is the Carolina Panthers. Look, I'm not saying this is going to be a playoff team. I just think they're going to take a step in the right direction. Probably better quarterback rating and 2 clutch overtime victories. This is his make or break year, and I believe he has the best support around him that he's had.
Who's the
team
bigger
drafted the
fool?
Arizona receiver
The
McMillan 8th
fool or
overall in
the
2025, and he might just be a beast. Other interesting low-key moves this team made was signing Hunter Renfrow, and they drafted Jimmy Horn, the 6th-round receiver from Colorado. Now, the defense is the biggest liability on this team. They were the worst in the NFL last season, and they replaced about half their starters.
You know, this is a new year. We're all excited, for the new guys.
So have the British take over Shenlong anyway.
Just get better.
This is the big unknown with this team, but honestly, the only way they can go is up. So, if their defense can improve a little bit and Bryce Young can step it up, this team should win more games, maybe in that 8-9 range. Over in the NFC West, many feel like this will be a battle between the Niners and
the British charge in,
but I believe
plant the
the
flag,
Seahawks
and
will win the division.
Essentially, amongst the country they invaded
After paying Brock Purdy and losing Debo and defensive starters like Funga Greenlaw and Chavarius Woods, I just see this as a older and not as dominant team. Don't get me wrong, I still see them doing better than last year and making the playoffs, but not returning to the dominant form we saw 2 to 3 years ago.
Yes, Fred Warner is back, but there are a lot of people missing on that defense, and this defense is going to have to find a way to step up.
For the Rams, I just don't have faith in them right now. They have an old, injured quarterback in Matt Stafford who, even if he returns with this back injury that he's dealing with, I just see that as being an issue the whole season, and I just don't think you can rely on that. For the Seahawks, call me crazy, but I'm a firm believer in Sam Darnold after what we saw from him last season. I admit those last 2 games last year were brutal, and you could argue that Geno's a better quarterback, as well as the fact that they definitely have worse weapons in Seattle than Sam had in Minnesota. But you gotta remember, this team won 10 games last year with a mediocre scoring offense. If this offense can run the ball and the defense can dominate, which I do believe they will, Sam just needs to be average for this team to have success. And I believe he'll be better than average. Alright, for my final bold prediction of the 2025 NFL season, I believe that the Tampa Bay Bucks will reach the NFC Championship game.
If you
I don't know if they're going to win, but I do believe they will make it bench. Coming off his best season of his career, Baker Mayfield will have his most favorable weaponry around him that he's ever had. Bucky Irving may lead the NFL in rushing yards. Mike Evans is still Mike Evans. Chris Godwin will come back by October. And first-round receiver Emeka Egbuka may be the X factor to help take this team to
is most likely somewhere in the downtown area this time of year, harassing businessmen for their martini money.
Now that's just plain mean.
In the weakest division in the NFC, the Bucks may clinch the number 2, heck, even the number 1 seed, depending on how Philly's season
I'm getting a strange sense of deja vu here, Boxy.
3-man rush. Steps away, looking, going to take a shot. He's got a man. Is he in? He is! It's a touchdown for McMillan!
If you cortex scan the locals, you may find a clue to the location.
Everybody seems to think I poisoned my family when I did not.
Oh, don't worry about finding the next objective, Hector. It's not like we're trying to save the furon empire or anything. Come on!
I know you don't breathe.
Let's go, but what's his setup looking like on the car, man? And I got that one song where it's like, long live Ozzy, King of Streams, Hail King Cobra, Midnight Stream, Danny, Filth, and Satan, we fight, Trophy Crush, Eternal Might.
So if you've been living under a rock, you might have missed the fact that Ozzy Osbourne, King Cobra JFS's idol, has passed away at the age of 76 years old. And obviously, Cobes isn't responding the greatest. And, you know, as I'm recording this video, I just saw that Hulk Hogan has died, so now DSP is probably going to have a bad time. I mean, all of these people's idols online, it's falling apart.
How do I say, shut the hell up,
made basically
hologram?
an hour-long tribute video. I don't really know what to call it because half the time he spends complaining about trolling online, as you would expect. But there are some tidbits here and there that I thought were interesting, and I feel like a lot of people, it's kind of interesting because Ozzy Osbourne obviously had a great impact on the music world and rock and roll in general, and the amount of people I saw talking about him, talking about his music, Black Sabbath, all that was pretty crazy. But what was even crazier were the amount of people I saw getting comments talking about how they were concerned about Josh and if he was going to be okay. Even I made a post about it that did decently well on my Twitter.
Hey,
and it's
don't
like,
get all
the
worked
influence
up,
has
big
gone
guy.
very far. And the man,
well, I'm
he's
here
going
to
have to
ask
figure
you a
out how to move
favor.
forward. And that's going to be difficult
Why
for
should
somebody
I
that
help
literally
Well, how about a
emulates
chance
and
to
apes
restore
the
your
personality
honor
of
after
somebody
that
else and
thoroughly
makes it their own
humiliating defeat I
personality.
handed
So
you earlier?
we'll get into it a little bit later,
I
but
see.
when all this
What
was going
is
down and
favor
when everybody
you
found
ask
out
of
that
me?
Ozzy had passed,
I want you to
know,
round
you're
up
sitting
all
there
the
expecting
kung
maybe
fu
a
experts in
stream,
Shenlong
maybe
for
a
a
dedication
special
video
tournament.
or something. Nah,
Only
Coach
Saxon
instead
calls kung fu
is gonna
tournament.
post 3 separate videos.
Well, now's your
that are
chance
all
to
food
hop
hat
off
related.
Saxon's lap
We
and
got
play
some
big dog.
meringue,
You're gonna help me or
everything
not?
in bagels.
I will help you
Alright,
on one
grab a knife in this.
Of course, there's always one of
You got it
those.
split in half, now we're gonna put it in the toaster.
I have word the police are
The white toast.
If you protect me,
You look how pretty that looks.
man of honor and will round up kung fu experts for tournament.
So his first food hack that he comes up with is making a bagel with jalapeno cream cheese, some bacon. He keeps calling it a now maybe on the screen he added some and keeps mentioning that this is a locked bagel, but I'm not seeing the evidence. So everybody is sitting here curious as to why he hasn't mentioned, because obviously these videos didn't come out before Ozzy's passing, they came out after Ozzy's passing. I skip those videos, don't get me wrong. May the fuzz be with you, but you would think that maybe we postpone some things and we focus on your one guy, but instead he's just going to keep on chowing down.
What do you think? You want to see what's the bagels or what? They're nicely toasted. And there you have it. Culver's sugar bagel. It's just nice and toasted too.
Yeah, I love that he's just devouring this meal. Now, I think that there's a chance and later on in the day. I don't really know if Cobra knows how to or even schedules any videos, because it seems odd that you would just clump Now, the real interesting tidbit, the real interesting set of videos he calls eating shrimp. He's eating a nice collection of shrimps. And we finally get our first in between hell-bringing screeches of him talking about cheddar cheese sauce.
Train collector.
So we got our cool man glasses on, we're in the Matrix. Cobra explains a little bit later.
It's just the end of the world.
Passed away. Apparently, Cobra broke another phone. So the whole story seems a bit odd to me, because in my head I'd be like, Cobra saw that Ozzy passed away, went into a fit of rage and destroyed another phone. He's gonna try and take a different view with that and just say he's completely naive to it. Probably a drunken stupor. He knows and he's gonna have some delicious scripts. He's gonna devour those bad boys. He has his glasses on to conceal the fact. Drinks that Wally had been sitting on his front from the DoorDash driver probably the entire day. He's gonna develop some food business, and that'll be pretty epic. You know, where he's got this whatever in cocktail sauce and now, me personally, I'm not the biggest fan. I'm also not a really big fan of cocktail sauce. So maybe Cobra's on to something. I don't really think, you know, processed cheese whiz and artificial bacon bits makes me necessarily. But, you know, he's in his bag right now. He's really sad, he's really depressed, and he claims that because of this harsh time in his life, that his fans are starting to send him things. He's ran out of cigarettes, he's ran out of alcohol. But since Ozzy has passed, his fans are chipping in, and they're ready to try and cheer our bad boy up.
Mother!
Over 2025. You know what I really like about and he stayed humble his entire life. Yeah, it sucks. I worship the ground that man.
This is obviously a dilemma that we might go in opposite directions. Where I feel like Josh's obsession with Ozzy Osbourne rating him as his idol. I don't have problems with people that necessarily want to look up to him, but Cobra literally emulated.
Screw your gratitude, Giganto. Just set up the damn tournament.
Downtrodden, alcoholic, degenerate version of that image, which is kind of crazy because Ozzy made it to 76 years old, and Cobra has been talking about how he thought he was going to live to be 100 years old.
How do you know your divine master's grand
and all of the crazy partying shenanigans that went on with the spiraling into sadness. And it's only getting worse.
I know just what to say to get his goat.
More and more bloated, more and more
explain.
Just kind of circling the drain, to be completely honest. I don't know how else to describe it, but the man is probably only going to get worse, and is 40 in the cards for him? I'm like genuinely curious about that, and he's too fixated on his idol, and his idol, if he ever interacted with Josh, if he ever talked to Josh, would say, "Ah, man, I don't think what you're doing is down the right path." Because I've seen videos of Ozzy talking to kids, and
how do I say,
you know, his
shut the hell up and Kentucky Fried
kids, and he's talking about how much time and effort you have to put into to get to where he was and how successful he's been. And Josh is kind of the opposite of that. He's got this like bravado, this ego built into his music and his YouTube career, but he actually doesn't put any effort into improving. He's perfectly content, and he has been for years and years and years, just putting out the same content as always, never really trying to improve his craft. And I don't know if Ozzy would really look that gloatfully at what Cobra has created and where he's gonna go in the future.
You know, much older than our phone history, dumb shit, and I know how can I get a response or anything if my phone busted, so I know I still want to get my phone back. My shit's gonna blow up. But yeah, And you know, all my YouTube trolls have been texting me this crap for years. Like, oh, Ozzy's gonna die. I'm like, well, I'm gonna fucking die. And you're wasting your short life trolling someone. Ozzy's not right. That's nice.
And I think it's a little bit less of just trying to get under Josh's skin and more everybody else's realization of what I've mentioned, that Josh's personality is intertwined with Ozzy. And when Ozzy's gone, what does Cobra really have to look forward to? You know, I know it's a bit morbid to mention at this point, but you know, every single stream he mentions like the same three things. It's like, you know, Walt or Angie or Ellen or whoever, you know, the Trolls, and then Ozzy Osbourne. And now one of the major pillars that have been keeping the Boglin intact has fallen apart, and it's like, what is he gonna do to fill that void? Probably gonna eat more garbage food and drink more. He's not gonna try and reform. He's not gonna try and change himself.
I don't know, not my area of expertise.
Build himself
Attention, kung fu experts.
Of what Ozzy would do for him, if that makes any sense. Like, he has no real interest in changing his
Saxon
persona,
put the
changing
bop
his
in the bopsy
lifestyle.
bopsy
And I
bop.
think it's just gonna keep on.
This is a
on,
crime in the
and
West.
he's just gonna keep on focusing on the Trolls. And that's the
Saxon
thing. It's
is
like,
a fool
I feel like if
who
I
often
was
eats
this
Chinese
in
food.
love
Hey,
with
we eat
whatever,
Chinese food.
a band,
I will
artist,
consider this argument.
musician,
We
or
will
an
consider
actor
it.
or whatever.
Tell us.
I don't really understand the whole stan culture of people around different people. I have my fair interest in
Saxon is a
of
Your
different
case
musical artists and whatever, and I have my favorites, but like, I'm not gonna
Saxon's
emulate
always
everything about
dancing
them. I'm not gonna
and singing
worship
and
the ground
moving
that they
to the
walk
grooving.
on, you know, and
He is
it
indeed a
seems
funky
like
white boy.
he can't really get
But
that
we
to his
live in
head.
an enlightened
And
age.
The Trolls are just gonna keep reiterating that, and they're gonna keep mentioning that, and he's just gonna keep getting more and more bitter.
I'm wearing my favorite Ozzy Osbourne t-shirt. I own several copies of this t-shirt. It's got a cobra on the front. I think it's just the coolest shirt ever, dude. Now, if you were to see my living room, you'd see the stacks of guitar magazines, Playboy magazines.
Saxon makes
all my
funny
Ozzy
farting
memorabilia
sounds
stacks.
when he does kung fu.
Hey,
Nice and pretty
we
stuff,
make
huh?
funny.
There's not enough drugs and alcohol.
I think
Numb
you're
the pain that I'm feeling right now. Like, nothing works. It's just always going to be there the rest of my life.
Saxon
There's a lot of
thinks it's fun to stay at
scary
the
messages that Josh is saying
YMCA.
in this video.
Why not?
I'm not too positive if Josh has several
Saxon is
copies
part
the
of an
exact same
alien
shirt.
conspiracy.
It wouldn't surprise
When
me
he's
he
done with the
mentions the
master,
reason for
he's
it,
gonna
obviously,
turn
it
on
being
you.
Ozzy related, but there's also a snake
Turn
on it.
on
His
us?
favorite
Oh,
thing. So
turn us
you
on.
combine the
What
two.
kind of a
it wouldn't
question
surprise
is
me.
that?
I would love to
It
see
was meant
a
to sound
wardrobe
clever.
tour
Clever?
of Cobra.
Is
Just
that
see-
a code
let's
word or
really
something?
investigate. You know, how often are
Yeah.
you washing these clothes?
He didn't
Because
take.
our assumption, obviously, is that he wears the same outfit for at least a week at a time, usually, and sometimes it goes much further than that. He has no real reason to change his outfit, outside of, like, wow, this is stinky and smelly. Still inclination for him to want to change his outfit, change his clothes every day. Doesn't really compute with him. And at the same time, he said what I am kind of afraid of, which is, I'm just gonna alcohol can't even try and start concocting some nice Cobra classics in order to try and soothe the pain, but even he deep down kind of understands that that's probably not going to save him.
Ozzy's final words on stage, where he's just sitting there.
Seize the moment! Attack!
Thank you for all the love and support you've given me and my band and my family over the years. It
I
means the
don't
world to me.
understand it. Why
You
didn't
have no
Saxon
idea.
come? The master said he couldn't resist.
Well, I honestly hoped Ozzy would make it to 100 at least, but
The master
you
knew
do.
I'd never let
Well,
him
the
fight
cute chick
Saxon,
you
so he
dropped
sent me
off
on a
the booze.
fool's errand.
Well,
He got me out of the way
it
and
was very
hung himself
sympathetic.
out
She's
as
like,
bait.
"Aw, yeah, I'm sorry to hear about it."
So,
Oh, you're a huge Ozzy fan? Yeah, I just
this is the end.
Now, I've always been curious
help of
as
my
to
new
whether or not I
friends,
think
my
that
White
Cobra
Dragon
actually
Kung
opens
Fu
the door
Society
to
will
the
rule over the
fashion
earth.
things, or if he just
Starting right
leaves
here
on
in
his
your
porch until he
beloved
remembers that he ordered
lawn.
something, and that's why his meals are usually cold, and the whole shebang. It's not as freshly made as you would expect, but even still, and he goes on to claim that the trolls or the fans or somebody sent him vodka and in order to cheer him up, and it's going to try and cheer him up, I guess, at the very least, even though his King of Darkness didn't live to be 100 years old, which obviously plays into the mindset of Josh, where he just like has the most unrealistic expectations out of life. The amount of people that make it to 100 are not very is not very high.
The flower must die for the fruit to live.
Who you calling a fruit, old man?
Crypto, the full power of the fist is already in you. When you truly need to use it, you will know how. Keep this with you always. You are the son I never had. Mostly because I lack the necessary genitalia.
The story initially is just not good, man. I see why this is considered the worst one. I really do. And yo, I've tried to get this bowling ball achievement so many times. I swear I'm killing 3 of them. This fucking bowling ball. You have to kill 8 of them once. Oh my god.
Ooh, what a gas!
Wow. Okay, got it. God, and there's still 2 more chapters after this, man. Good lord.
Pox, tell me you tracked Saxon.
Of course I did.
I'm going after him. I'll destroy his criminal empire. I know exactly how much that burns.
Crypto, I understand you're emotional at this time, but are you certain that...
Do it! And from now on, we're 50-50 partners.
Nonsense! A great furon has died today at the hands of this month!
I'll take 45.
Was it Shark Tank?
I've tracked Saxon to the White Dragon compound near Cow Dong. Go get him, Crypto!
So, how do you enter a dragon?
Very carefully.
You really love hearing your own crappy jokes, don't you? Do you practice your vanity in a mirror?
Vanity? I should write these down.
I think a once through is already beyond the laugh mileage of those, Pox.
You mean the Oxidius odometer?
Come on, that one takes 2 steps of abstract logic to even get it.
is out on foot, Crypto. You'll find Saxon at the White Dragon compound. I've marked the location on your radar.
And even, I'm pretty sure that Ozzy lived past the average age.
The White Dragon compound is very dangerous. The entire place is crawling with Saxon's elite
That's
guards.
a huge accomplishment. 100 years old is absolutely ludicrous, but knowing how things shake out and how
Saxon at the White Dragon compound. I've marked the location on your radar.
He's probably gonna live to be 100 years old. We see him just decaying and falling apart, but I don't know, man. There's some sort of dark magic that has been cast to cheer him up.
As my drinking gets a little worse, just ever so slightly worse.
It's Saxon's last line of defense. Terminate
scavenger hunts for Easter eggs and whatever. Cobra is supplying nice bombs of liquid fish around this house.
Attack now, Crypto!
A nice little
I knew there was gonna like yesterday was the worst.
You just shot yourself.
I feel so horrible for Ozzy.
It's kind of sad. I don't really know, ins and outs of his experience. I really think that latch on to somebody that you've never met before in your entire life. You can be influenced by them. You can, take some notes, take some inspiration.
Bombs.
Weapon discharge in the area. Investigate battery.
Guy who never.
Attack now, Crypto!
Never.
Be on the lookout for the range individual.
Go on, and I'm not even gonna play clips. You can go on and play some guitar. I cannot, I like Black Sabbath. I like some.
I think you just shot myself.
I couldn't really tell what songs Coach was trying to play. He also to wrap up this video, he just recently put out a little clippy-doo of him complaining about people's responses to Ozzy's passing. And he's going to take a very centered, well thought out
attack now, Crypto!
whenever he's trying to get across.
There's a barge at the edge of the compound that is preparing to depart. They must be going towards Saxon. Get on that barge before it sails away.
The woke idiots are trying to attack Ozzy Osbourne right after he just fucking died. It's, the problem with racism, folks, okay, let me educate you on this. The problem with racism is it exists in every race. You break down the word racism. What's in the word? Race.
He's really the philosopher of our time, you know. He says some very prophetic things at times where I'm just like, that is what's inside that word. Very intriguing, Cobra. Thank you very much. And I don't really have an opinion about all this stuff. I think anytime anything happens to literally any prominent figure online, there's always a stark divide between people that love or people that hate that person, because everybody's human. Everybody has shortfalls and shortcomings related to their lives, so it's no wonder that some people wouldn't be as happy with certain things that Ozzy did, and other people like Josh will absolutely adore him. That's what makes humans humans, but most people online, it's just a waste of time to get playtime when they're complaining or crying or about whatever, because they're just going to pick things that make them feel better, and that's the fact of the matter. And I just thought it was and Josh isn't really getting too much. He kind of got in the cycle where he just keeps repeating things and racism over and over and over again. I don't really know. That's my 2 cents. It seems like it's pretty sad that he passed away. Big influence. We'll have to see where this spiral leads Josh, because it can't possibly be good. But either way, hope you enjoyed. Until next time, I'll talk to you guys later.
Temporal fist! Temporal fist!
You've awakened the dragon. Now, taste his fire.
Look out for the flamethrower!
Thanks for the tip. I was just gonna let it barbecue me.
Oh!
the master, and because I don't like you, and for your bogus shouting jammies. Now get ready to... Your pets can't save you now, Saxon.
Ah! What the hell are those things?
Don't play dumb with me. I know all about your conspirator friends on Furon.
Furon? I don't have any... Ah!
What the hell is going on here? I thought Saxon was behind everything, but he
While there's no shortage of reasons for Daniel Larson to be put behind bars,
the conspirators must have forgotten him
Ozzy
ago.
Crypto, it's been bothering me for a while, but this latest Nexo attack has confirmed it. I could not find any evidence of Nexo ships coming into orbit, and they leave trails we could spot for months, years even.
What are you saying?
These Nexos were cloned here, on Earth, not by Saxon. He was only smuggling the technology.
But by who? Where did Saxon get the dragon and all that Furon technology?
Only one organization on this world can do all the clone Nexos. I analyzed the ship's log, Crypto. It came here from Belleville, France.
So, they're Franco-Dine's monsters. Indubitably.
Yeah, this game's not good. No. Yeah, no.
Monsieur? Ah bon, c'est pas fait. Merci, Claude.
I don't understand. Why aren't they screaming and running away? It's like they can't even see it.
Ah, these frogs don't care whether you're from America or outer space. In Belleville, all foreigners don't do it. Or maybe it's just the hat. Let's find out.
Ah! Un monster!
Le de sucre, monsieur? Non, non, merci, Claude. Que le billet, s'il te plaît. Merci.
Did you see that? We should have landed here back in the 1950s.
Well, we're here now. Let's make up for lost time. What have you found out about Franco-Dine?
This is Henri Crusteau, oceanographer, environmentalist, CEO of Franco-Dine, and the source of all our troubles.
I'm gonna hit that guy so hard snails will shoot out of his ears. For the master.
Excellent. With that outcome in mind, allow me to ramble on at great length about my plan.
Let me guess. You want to destroy Franco-Dine's consumer electronics headquarters so we can shake down the workers for info on Crusteau's Furon tech projects.
What? But you don't... How did you...
I took a peek at your notes while you were in the saucer.
Well, don't do it again. It's bad enough I don't have a body. If you take away my opportunities to talk, then what am I good for?
I've been asking myself that for 20 years.
We must find Franco-Dine headquarters. Check the financial district.
There's only 6 missions here? Damn.
W thee! It's only a matter of time before they're crushed by Japan anyway. Furon tech or no! The Frankenstein headquarters building is halfway destroyed! Keep at it! After you've discovered which of these eggheads are handling the furon technology, we will need to interrogate them.
Alrighty. ID Frankodyne's prize nerds, read their minds, scare them silly, bring them back to the saucer for a little friendly conversation.
Ice Poseidon is arguably one of the most popular IRL streamers to ever exist. He's gotten in a litany of different controversies throughout his time,
entire life's work goes in
he
that
still
building.
has a very
And now
rabid
I'm
fan
surrounded by
base
water.
that
My
follows
worst
him
fear.
wherever he goes
What
and
else could
whatever
go
he
wrong?
does. This has stemmed into a group of people known as Andes that come on to Ice Poseidon's stream to try and leech off of him. There's Burger Andy, aka Burger Planet, that we talked about. There's Asian Andy, and today we're going to talk about Mexican Andy.
How about a swim?
Mexican Andy is literally
I
the
can't
most
swim.
unlucky man in the world.
The first interaction that Mexican Andy had with Ice Poseidon was when Ice moved to California. Mysteriously, this Mexican Andy guy started to show up and stream snipe him, which is essentially just watching the stream, figuring out where they are, and showing up to the location that they're at. And he did that for multiple days in a row.
Who are you? What's up? What's your name? Andy?
Yeah, you know, I've been a fan of you, man.
For how long?
Like 19.
How old are you?
I'm 18.
I'm gonna suck your dick,
Good
Andy.
crypto!
Just joking, dude. What are you doing here? Yeah.
Good guy. What's up, man?
What are you doing here, Mexican Andy? What are you doing here?
Farmer's market?
Farmer's market?
Yeah, I'm gonna buy some herbal lemonade. Farmer's market.
In my office, I got to work all alone. Now that it's gone, I might have to deal with other people. What a frightening thought.
What?
This one has a form of agoraphobia. The fear of open spaces and crowds.
Okay. Alright, see ya.
Have been kidnapped.
Just show up,
Who knows
be
how
kind
many
of
germs they all carry?
nondescript, appear in the background,
reach
and once
out and
Ice
touch
confronted him, he would make up some sort of lie as to why he was there. Eventually it came to fruition that, hey, he actually is just kind of stalking him. And this was kind of exacerbated when Mexican Andy showed up to Ice Poseidon's house for the first time.
You were outside?
I sent you a message.
Oh. What are you doing here?
Yeah, nothing. I'm just here to chill. I was bored at home, so I had nothing to do. So I was like, you know, you guys drink today. I just might as well come here.
Now, when Ice was streaming for an extended period of time, he had this open door policy where people would just sort of walk inside, and there was a weird conglomerate of characters that would show up from time to time, and Mexican Andy was one of them. And he was basically on the stream for an extended amount of time, and as the day turned into night, Ice kind of wanted to get rid of him, but he didn't want to be too mean to Mexican Andy, because he kind of liked Mexican Andy. He kind of respected the hustle, yet Mexican Andy didn't get the hint that he should be leaving. I guess he just sort of thought he could bum off and just stay there forever.
I think it's time. Part our ways. What? It's time to part our ways.
I think he's trying to kick you out.
No, I think it's time to part our ways. We've been hanging out all day.
Ice wasn't stupid though, because he understood that Mexican Andy was a leech. But there was something inside of Mexican Andy that Ice respected.
One more, Crypto!
They say a leech. Like he's hanging around me just to get money. To get money and stuff.
Or riding the wave, like
to try to get popular. Yes, he's trying to. They say he's trying to leech off my success.
That building collapse was frightening, but it was.
I don't know if it was his determination to show up all the time and just sort of nestle his way into the IP2 community, or if it was just sort of his sad, pathetic demeanor that made Paul just kind of, soften his edges a little bit when he was around him. But because of these interactions, Ice Poseidon would choose to invite Andy to do more things with him, but you could also kind of tell that there was a clear ranking delineation between the two.
What? Yeah. No. Why didn't you call me?
Because I thought you were going to ask you. That's why I didn't call you. You got me on Twitter.
So you walked there? And then forgot the pen and walked back?
Yeah, I was inserting it.
Let me down!
You're not afraid of heights, are ya?
Sacred.
Ice kind of came off as this superior man that knew he could manipulate Mexican Andy into doing whatever he wanted to do, but I'm sure in his mind he equated it as, this is an equal conversion, this is fine, Mexican Andy's nobody, I have this big platform, if Mexican Andy wants to hang out with me, he's gonna have to do the song and dance. But this weird parasocial relationship between the two kind of reached a boiling point when one time Mexican Andy just sort of shows up to Ice Poseidon's house unannounced and just falls asleep on the couch.
Mexican Andy's on my fucking couch. He's on my couch, dude. We have like literally. What the fuck is he doing here? How the fuck did he get into my goddamn apartment?
Excellent! Now that he has scared witness, carry him to the salsa!
We walked in, and he's just sitting.
When he gets confronted and woken up, he just sort of fakes the story that, one of your other friends streamers invited me to come over.
That's okay, I was looking to kill some Nexos anyway. Saves me from having to look for
fall asleep on the couch. The story doesn't line up perfectly.
You can't just come uninvited.
I think it just shot myself.
Voltasat invited me. Is this true? Who invited you? Downstairs.
Yes, pretty much.
Scares me because you walk in, invited to sleep while Voltasat is streaming. What's next? What are you gonna do next?
Eventually, Ice kicks him out and is so and I think he's honestly starting to realize here that maybe Mexican Andy is a little bit more deranged than he initially thought. He's not just this soft, cuddly teddy bear that you're accustomed to. He might be a little bit more creepy.
Leave the door open. Everybody always does that. Leave the door open, so I make sure you leave.
Mexican Andy would stream snipe him somewhere, including a time they went out to get some pizza, just a huge assortment of pizza, and guess what? Andy showed up there, and he explains that he really just wants to hang out with Ice, and that was sort of the perception that we were supposed to believe.
Andy, I was watching your stream. I like your streams. I like your streams. It's disgusting shit, that's why I like it. Here, I think you asked the address, I'll give you the address. See?
You wanted free pizza?
He wasn't streaming. I guess Mexican Andy would go and hang out with him. I don't know. It seems a bit suspicious to me. Ice would go on to ask him about some of his channel goals, because we'll talk about the streams that Andy does himself. But he basically talks about wanting to travel abroad,
want to know what
do more
Crusto's
crazy IRL
after.
stuff.
One of you's gonna talk, and the other one's gonna go 12 rounds with my taffy.
So Andy,
now who's gonna surrender the
how do you see the future?
Okay then, surrender twin powers, activate.
But there are 3 of us.
Don't ruin my jokes. I'm one with all the guns, remember?
Crusto has been working with genetic material, mapping the human genome, experimenting with disease.
Pourquoi?
We don't know. He does not trust us. I cannot imagine why. He didn't even invite us to that big party that he is hosting at Chateau Crusto. I was so hurt. I stole this reel-to-reel tape of sensitive data that I found lying around unprotected. I give it to you.
Fantastic. Now, what about this little party? Who's coming?
Scientists from all over the world. Top men in every field. And there's going to be a mystery entertainer. Could be Jerry Lewis.
Sorry, there's only so much I can take.
Well, you could if you get a satellite.
Pox, what the hell is Crusto up to?
I'll analyze this tape.
How you gonna get that money?
Perhaps it will conveniently yield the answers we need at some crucial moment
Shouldn't be too surprising though. Somebody that is
and I'm
physically
crashing that
stalking
party.
Ice,
I want
it wouldn't surprise me
Crusto's
that
French
their content
ass
would
on a
also
stick.
revolve around something
And I know
very similar to what
exactly
he
how that
does.
sounds.
It even gets to the point that Mexican Andy says that he would take a bullet for Ice Poseidon. Maybe, you know, Burger Planet's gonna come back and try and retaliate against him. You gotta get some security. Well, Mexican Andy is
He said he was taking bullet. No. But dude, for real, dog, he's the homie. He's carrying the whole pizza, bro.
Over time, you could tell that Ice was starting to get annoyed with Mexican Andy's presence in some of the streams. It's not necessarily that he didn't want to hang out with Mexican Andy, it was more so he didn't want every single stream to be centered around Mexican Andy. So he was planning this trip to San Francisco to be homeless for some amount of time.
It's
and
the simple
obviously
pleasures.
Mexican Andy
All
was
right, time to
getting
talk
his
to our new
bus
friend.
ticket to show up to go hang out with Ice. And Ice put it very bluntly that he's gonna have to escape his claws if he's gonna show up around him during.
I'm not gonna. Obviously, I can't stop you from coming. But if you come, I'm gonna do everything that I can in my power to run away.
Okay, let's
Run away. I'm going to say, "What the fuck is that?" You're gonna turn around, and then when you turn around again, I'm gone, and then you're gonna have to come find me.
Okay, I'll try to.
hear about this video.
This is not a
game I-
challenge, dude. Fucking you do what you. Okay, I don't know. You do whatever you want to do, man. But I'm gonna have to do this on my own. I'm gonna have to fucking ditch you and shit. Like I'm gonna have to run away from you and shit if you come.
You won't run away from me, man. You could run, but you can't hide, man.
So the pecking order starts to make more sense once you actually see. I don't even know what you want to call these videos necessarily, or these streams, but these relationship style encounters between Ice Poseidon, Mexican Andy, and some chick, because
how about this
he
game
kind
where
of just
you're
gets
this
morphed
plumber,
into
right?
being the butt of
But
the
you don't
joke
use
whenever they're
plumbing
doing
equipment
anything
to kill your
relationship
enemies. You
based.
just
And we'll get
you kind of
into
jump on their
Mexican
head.
Andy's relationship with women a little bit later, but
It would never
it's simple to understand now.
How about a
that he's
hedgehog? They
clearly
can run really
an
fast
awkward,
and
kind of fugly younger
Then,
man who
you're a
just wants
space
to get some
marine on a
poontang,
ring-shaped
but
planet.
has zero riz, no charisma whatsoever, so it makes everything really awkward, including the time that there was a chick during their RV streams where she wants to stay around, and Ice makes a deal with her that if she makes out with Mexican Andy, she can stay.
Endless barrage of movie game
yes. Oh my god. Ooh.
What about the game?
You still gotta be in their car though. You still gotta be in the car though.
No, that wasn't the deal. You said I had to be. That was the last deal.
We'd be rich on the game alone.
Obviously, if you're equating Mexican Andy as some sort of punishment, it's not a great look, including her wiping her fucking lips afterwards after she made out with him. Just kind of embarrassing. And if you're truly viewing them as a friend, it's kind of rough, especially as a guy you can clearly tell has self-esteem issues. It's kind of awkward. It gets worse when they go to UCLA and they set up a quick speed dating center, and Mexican Andy is one of the first people.
I'm born here, born and raised, born here, just chilling in UCLA.
They're trying to help Mexican Andy get it in. They're trying to help him riz this woman, take her back home, have multiple children with her. Unfortunately, when he asks for her number, she gives him a fake one, kind of understandably. I get it, you're on some weird dude's live stream, I get it. But even if there was no video, even if his other friends were not there,
why the hell can't I just take the whole damn place out from the air?
This infernal city is riddled with sewers. Destroy the chateau and these so-called scientists would escape below like so many rats. We'd never pick them out from among the losers of the French revolutionaries.
What kind of joke you think this is?
Fine, I'll mingle, have a couple crepes, and then
the
tear
fallout
Cousteau limb from limb.
The speed dating thing is clear that Mexican Andy was really embarrassed because of what happened to him.
Need to get to Chateau
And
Cousteau.
he starts to think that he's just like kind of this worthless idiot that can't do anything right.
Whatever, we'll come up with something.
I don't know, dude. It's just I'm retarded, so I don't know, man.
Wait, what? Why do you say that? Who says you're retarded? Why? Andy, why are you saying that?
I don't know.
Who said you're retarded?
Nobody did.
So why do you think that?
I don't know, because it's just the way I am.
Yet, the other guys who are clearly making fun of him on the stream are trying to figure out, they just can't comprehend why would Mexican Andy be so upset? Well, I don't know, I think it's maybe because you set him up to humiliate him in front of some girls on a college campus. Maybe it's that. I don't know. I'm just spitballing here. That would just be so silly.
What's going on? You got in trouble with something? I don't know. It looks like you got in trouble. Yeah, just looking at Oh, okay. Me too.
You're not gonna go to prison asking flirting with girls, man. Why do you think you're gonna go to prison? So? That's not illegal.
This becomes sort of a reoccurring plot point throughout the live streams between Ice and Andy, though, where they try and make him dance like a monkey on stream. He does something embarrassing, gets kind of caught in his feelings related to it.
Will Mexican Andy ever date a girl that is like objectively attractive to most of society? Probably not, but I don't think he's funny. He's not funny in the way like girls would like. He's just funny because he's cringe.
Ice begins to give his personal opinions about Mexican Andy and his prospects for the future, including thinking that he basically doesn't have a chance to ever find an attractive girlfriend because he just never really hit the genetic lottery, and he's kind of fucked for that. Eventually, he chooses to reflect on his friendship with Mexican Andy, and he goes back and looks through the initial chat logs that Mexican Andy sent in his chat, which basically said, I have your address, I'm gonna show up. Mexican Andy's showing up right now, and it all begins to question whether or not this whole friendship was genuine.
This is when he first stream sniped me. So this is the very first thing he said in my chat ever. I know where Ice lives, exactly an apartment number. Will you guys follow me if I went to his house? I thought you wanted to be my friend, Mexican Andy. You only wanted to hang out with me so you could get followers.
And it's obvious, I think he's playing a little tongue-in-cheek. I don't think he necessarily thinks, like, any of these people he collaborates with on his streams are necessarily best friends. Maybe they're cordial accomplices in the weird shenanigans that they're doing. But it's hard pressed for me to sit here and say, yeah, you know, all these guys that they do this wacky shit online,
so
yeah, I'm
that's
sure they're best friends. I'm sure they're talking about their struggles.
Not a bad idea, actually.
Their mom is sick in the hospital. I'm sure they're sharing all that information among one another. It just doesn't feel genuine. It doesn't feel real. And Paul is starting to pull back from the Mexican Andy
next
lifestyle.
to Cousteau. He's my ticket to revenge.
Excellent! Now take the stage. Your ebullient personality should be more than enough to drive away the scientists.
Au contraire, mon frère. No way I'm showing my face dressed like this.
I can already tell.
Even if it's not my face.
Oh, great Art Voodoo! Perhaps you should just wear a bucket on your head.
Hey, that's not a bad idea.
It's like, it's not even funny. Unironically, Infernal.
Mesdames et messieurs, I have incredible news for you all tonight. Something that will usher in a new age for mankind and for our Mother Earth. But before we begin, it is my pleasure to present the master of the silent poetry of the mimeodrame, Marcel.
Hiya, folks. It's really great to be here. I'm lying. Rim shot. Serious.
They're laughing! Not in so...
Hey, you're a great crowd. You, sir, where you from?
Berlin!
I can tell because your hair's parted in the middle. Ich bin ein wild and crazy guy. But, seriously. I was in Berlin once. I had Siamese twins, one on each side of the wall. Would have been the greatest night of my life, but I kept going soft at Checkpoint Charlie. He knows what I'm talking about. That guy that got the Nobel Prize, he thought it was a Bell Prize until he tried to ring it. Get it? Nobel. No, you're a bunch... What's with this swine flu? Can red wine get it or only white? Yeah, that was a stinker when I stole it. I got it off the bathroom wall. And what the guy... I was just licking him backstage. I think he sort of liked it. These are free jokes, people. Free! So tell... Have you seen these French women?
It's actually one of the worst. It's one of the not worst in the sense of like gameplay. It's one of the worst rating games I've ever seen. This is up there with Tales from the Borderlands 2. Not the first one. The first one's godly, but the second.
Talk about loose. The other day, this gal at Notre Dame offers to show me how high she can stretch her leg. She got it up to her forehead.
Cousteau, we did not come here to be insulted to this degree.
S'il vous plaît, I have important news for you. A new world.
Keep your utopian advances to yourself. In 30 years, Imperial...
Idiot! You were supposed to entertain them, not chase them away. Who are you? The space creature. You've been interfering with my plans for some time.
I'll bet. It was you who sent the Nexos to Paradiso to rouse me out, right into the arms of the Lunarians.
Comment? Whatever are you talking about, space creature?
Don't play coy with me, Crusto. You knew...
And destroy my dream for...
To rake in the insurance.
If you...
I became a liability.
I have many business contacts.
Cut the crap! I know you're part of a conspiracy to destroy my race. Your biggest mistake was coming after me. You put the hook in too deep, baby. And now you're gonna pay.
I deny every word, creature of space. And you are a fool to approach so near the Lord of the Sea.
Ah!
Did he just stab him with a line?
That bastard stabbed me with a friggin' fish!
Crypto, you have company! More Francodyne guards!
Temporal fist! That'll help your constipation.
You fool.
Seize the moment! Attack!
Run, monkeys! Run! I dare you to knock it off. I got your close encounter right here. I think I just shot myself.
Attack now, Crypto!
Go away or we shall knock you, Elio!
Strike while the enemy is vulnerable! More of them!
Man, for Frenchies, these guys sure are persistent. Temporal fist!
Now is your chance! Strike while the enemy is vulnerable!
You can run, but you cannot run away.
get him when I'm stuck in the fucking floor,
Seize the building! Attack! Another wave of Frankenstein gods!
Space scoundrel!
Attack now, Crypto!
I dare you to knock it off.
Now is your chance! Strike while the enemy is vulnerable!
Nice.
Well, that's the last of them!
Hey, yeah, I thought it'd never end.
Crypto! 3 identical cars just left the chateau. One of them must contain Christo. You cannot miss them!
When I'm done with them, they'll all be French toast. One down, 2 to blow. I wouldn't want to smell the inside of that last car right now.
Why not? It looks like a new... Oh, that's disgusting! Well, all's well that ends well. I guess we can go back to...
Bonjour, my alien friends.
What the...
I thank you for helping me dispose of the last of my combustion vehicles. They are so terrible. I myself ride in a bicycle. I would love to someday study your unearthliness in greater detail, but I have work to do. Au revoir, mes amis.
I've been reviewing the reel-to-reel tapes from Frankenstein headquarters. It's a remarkable story. Did you know that in 1971, Henri Cousteau discovered a crashed furon saucer at the bottom of the ocean?
And he went from fish hugger to billionaire nexo-cloning scumbag overnight.
Yes, but there's more. He's been experimenting on humans.
He's wasting his time. Monkey don't wash out.
It's not the monkey he wants to wash out. It's the furon.
What the art poodle are you talking about?
Cousteau is engineering a virus to deintegrate furon DNA from the human genome. I don't have to tell you this would render humans
even more useless. Without a source of pure furon, I'd be out of a job.
We must stop him from completing that virus.
Just tell me how.
I can think of a few ways.
This game is... Yeah, I would never replay this game. How many more do I need with this? Still a couple. Somehow 2 years. Well, to you too. This game sucks. I see why it's considered the worst of the destroy all humans shit. The series. And it basically killed the franchise for what, 15 years, not long after. It's so bad. My problem is I hate when a game like this, every line has to try to be funny. You're trying way too hard to be funny, and it makes every cutscene a chore to sit through. It's easy, but yet the guns are severely underpowered. They switch locations a bit too often to where none of them have any substance. Missions just copy themselves. It usually revolves with you going here, take this body, read the mind, go here, kill some fools, go blow up a building. It's so repetitive. It's just not, it's not a good game. It's not. It's really not. And occasionally they'll have a funny joke here or there. Occasionally it'll be like an exhale out of you, you know, like but that's it. That's it. I'm just gonna fucking rush through the rest of this tomorrow because I'm just trying to get this done with, man.